We have got a lot of fun on tap tonight. We've got 3 breaks coming up. 2 of them are new releases. We're going to open Leaf Metal Draft Football, followed by Honors Football, followed by Gypsy Queen Baseball. So we are going to have all kinds of fun. So before we get started ripping into things, I do have a little bit of information to go over. So if you hang tight here, we are going to start taking a look at some of that. So feedback, it is set to be completely automated. Now, I do that just so you never have to wait on me. So that basically means to you this: anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. And of course, the second message there, which is the more important by far, is to thank you, because I do appreciate you being here. I like having you join me for breaks. And of course, always those who bid and chat and hang out with me and keep me company. Thank you, everyone, for spending part of your Friday night with me. We're taking a look right now at breaks that are coming up. This is the stuff we're going to be, that's already listed on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the course of the next few days. So tomorrow night is also another 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific start time. We'll open a second case of Leaf Metal Draft Football, and then we're going to open another 12-box case of Diamond Kings Baseball. On Sunday, a half case of Inception Baseball, mainly because I didn't realize I had a half case of loose boxes, but yeah, I got them in some allocation, and I found them the other day, so so we're going to open those. And the same day that I found those, guess what else I found? Revolution Basketball Chinese New Year edition. That's right. So we're going to break that again as well. 2 cases of it. They are 8-box cases. And keep in mind, Chinese New Year is a different configuration than regular Revolution Basketball, so check out the listing description if you're not sure what the differences are. On Monday night, Diamond Kings Baseball will come into play again with a 3rd case. Tuesday night is a 3rd case of Leaf Metal Draft Football, kind of a quiet night, both those nights with just the 1 break. Then on Wednesday, guess what day it is on Wednesday? Bowman Baseball 2019 release day. Woohoo! So Wednesday we will break a half case of 19 Bowman Baseball and some Onyx Preferred Players autograph baseballs. We will also start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Wednesday night. For tonight, here's the information that you need to know. Everything tonight is a paid shipping break. And this is also the order that we're breaking in. So Leaf Metal Draft is first, Honors Football second, Gypsy Queen Baseball is third. I am anticipating that we're going to get all 3 of those breaks on the way to you approximately Tuesday. As always, if I can get something out to you faster than that, I certainly will. And if the week were to go completely off the rails, it could always slide a day later. But my best estimate at this point in time is Tuesday for all 3 breaks. If you get skunked in any of these breaks tonight and you do not pull a single thing, not a base card, not one thing, you are still going to get something in the mail. Consolation cards will be heading your way. And because they are paid shipping breaks, you won't have to wait for your next package to ship. That will be your next package shipping. And they would simply go out to you with the rest of the break. So first up, a 15-box case of 2019 Leaf Metal Draft Football. It's a full case break. It is break number 1. And everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Friday night, the 12th of April, which happens to also be release day for this particular product. It is sold by the first letter of the last name. So if we were to pull Kyler Murray, it would go to the M's. If we pull, Josh Allen, it's going to go to the A's, etc. Last name E, like Edward, did not sell, so it is noted there as no bids buyback. So anything that comes out with last name starting with E is simply going to stay here with me. Everything else will be out the door and on the way to you. Of course, a new spreadsheet's going to go up before the start of every break, so if you're not in this one, you'll get a chance to see your name up there shortly. And last but certainly not least, the background went out of focus a little bit. That is by design, because I like to look at things up really nice and close. So you're going to find out in a minute when we get some of these cards out of there that you will still be able to see everything without any problems. Who do we have in chat tonight? We have Jay Allen and Alan J are both in chat tonight. I always like when Jay Allen and Alan J are in there. I don't know why, but it feels like, doesn't it feel like they should be like twins or brothers or good buddies or something? I don't know. Anyway, I always think it's kind of cool when Jay Allen and Alan J are both here. So, oh, and I see Jay Allen says he calls him his cousin. I don't think he means literally his cousin, but he had the same thought I did, apparently. DV's Cards and Collectibles wants to know if you are in the right spot. I don't know, DV's Cards and Collectibles. Are you looking for us? Are you looking for one of those breaks that I just went over? Are you in one of those tonight? Everybody's username, on eBay is usually different than their username here on YouTube, etc. So it's hard for me to match those up sometimes. Greg is here too. Hi, Greg. And we've got Gypsy Queen. Jay Allen's getting his, all right. Alan J needs Panthers and Astros. So I'm assuming you then, Alan J, you're going to be in Honors and Gypsy Queen, it sounds like. Jay Allen is doing an Advanced Mojo request as well. And then Gypsy Queen, he needs Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Marlins, the Phillies. You got a lot in there. The Giants and the Blue Jays. Man, I'm having a hard time getting cut through those seals tonight. Greg's got the Brewers and the Royals in Gypsy Queen. All right, you guys are getting a head start on me there. So as the norm here with the Leaf stuff, for those of you who maybe haven't done a Leaf break with me before, because these are all hits, there's no base cards and they're not really in a pack. It's just, once you open the box, boom, there it is, so to speak. So I like to go through, get all of the plastic off, get all of the seals cut before we start. And then that way, once we do get started, we can just rock right on through everything in a pretty good little clip. So the worst part, of course, the boring part while I'm doing this. But we try. DV's Cards and Collectibles is here for Gypsy Queen, and you've got the twins. I would say, just based on what we've got to do here with Metal Draft and with Honors, you have probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 minutes to an hour we should be starting Gypsy Queen. Give or take 5 minutes on either side, but I would think probably somewhere in there. But DV, you are welcome, of course, to hang out here and chat with us and see what all comes out of these other breaks too, of course, if you want. But I know sometimes people just want to come back when it's time for their break. So that's kind of my estimate at this point anyway. And Nelson is here. Hi, Nelson. Carter is here, needing a huge hit, he says, for the Angels, Cubs, Tigers, and Dodgers in Gypsy Queen, and the Colts in Honors. I've got Honors. I can't wait to get in that, first of all. Like, I'm super psyched about opening that, which is the break after this one. But I was working on the spreadsheet tonight, and sometimes when I'm working on the spreadsheet, I just get a feeling about a team, and I'll think, man, I really think such and such team's going to hit tonight. I wonder who has it. And I'll go look. And sometimes I'm right, and that team really does have a decent hit. Other times I'm terribly wrong, and they don't. But I don't have those feelings every night, just occasionally. But tonight I kind of have the feeling that the Packers might hit something in Honors. I don't know why I have that feeling, but that's just kind of how I feel. So I don't know. We'll see. Greg, you need the Redskins in Honors. And does that say Mel? I'm going to go with Mel Scarna. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. And if I butchered it, man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm terrible with that. You need Ryan Finley here in Leaf. Okay, so you got last name F, obviously. And Carter, you said whenever you get outbid on the Angels, a 5 or less autograph comes out. And when you win, nothing comes out. I think we can all sympathize with that. I think that's happened to all of us at some point or another, right? Yeah, we've all been there, my friend. Okay, so we are rocking and rolling finally. So once again, Leaf has these pre-packaged. All we have to do is just get the boxes open and then take a look at what we have inside each one. So it should be pretty easy. Oh man, sorry, bad sneeze. Hang on. Oh, trying not to. Oh wow. 'Tis the season for allergies. That's all I can tell you about that. All right, so first up here we have Emmanuel Hall. So that, of course, goes to the H. Second out is Greedy Williams for the W's, numbered to 35. We have a Jace Sternberger to 20. Clayton Thorson for the T's to 20. And a redemption for Marquise Brown for the B's. I think he's the one that's Antonio Brown's cousin or something, right? There's a couple of Browns in the draft, but I want to say maybe he's the one that's the cousin. Here's our first F of the night. It's not the player you're looking for, but it's still going to come your way. So this is for Farrell and the F's. Next up is Miles Gaskin for the G's. That is numbered to 20. Then we have Zach Allen, the A to 25. Little Jordan Humphrey. Is that pronounced Little Jordan, do you think? Or Little Jordan? I don't know. Anyway, it's to 35. Looks like Little Jordan. Daniel Jones for the J's. That might be useful down the road for somebody. Alan J., you said, when do you get your Flea Burger autograph? You guys know I don't ever send out just a signatures consolation cards. You always get something good. You don't get any crazy weird stuff like that. I just, and I never used to say that, but I had to add that into the description because for some reason people couldn't grasp the concept of a consolation card, but somehow they could understand what a signed index card would mean. I was like, that's so weird. But anyway, that's why I had to add it in there. That was Orawari for the O's. Rodney Anderson to 35 for the A. Jarrett Stidham, S. Debo Samuel, S. State Pride. There's your man, Nick Bosa. That's a handsome little card for the B's. Expected to go in the top 3 anyway. Carter, you saw an honors break earlier where Dan Marino 1 of 2 was pulled. Very nice. Chris Maxwell is here. Hi, Chris. You did 3 honors breaks today. Skunked in 1. Hit Baker, Nick Chubb, and Keenan Allen in another. That's not too shabby. Hey, there's your Ryan Finley. How about that? Exactly what you were looking for. That is numbered to 15. Next, we have a little Miles Sanders to 7, oddly enough. Why is it to 7? Couldn't tell you. Guess that's all the guy wanted to sign. I don't know. Anyway, it's for the S. Anthony Johnson for the J. There's Farrell again, F. Stidham to 20, S. Nelson said, would I recommend selling these or saving them till the draft? And Chris says he thinks you should save them till the draft. And I kind of would agree with that unless it's somebody that you feel pretty comfortable with. Like I would think, a Nick Bosa or Kyler Murray or Dwayne Haskins. Honestly, you'd probably be fine selling now or after. But some of the others, you might wait and see what happens. Trayvon Williams, W. Damian Harris for the H. I think he may be useful as a good little power running back. Draymond Jones to 35 for the J. And a redemption, I think that's probably supposed to, yeah, Bryce Love for the L. There's a little Drew Lock for the L. Back-to-back L hits. State Pride insert for that one. Staying Lover, you got a shot at one guy in here. Kyle Kempton, you are hoping we find him? Well, let's hope we do. We'll try. We'll try really hard. Jay Allen, you've been talking about Onyx baseball cards with 2 autographs per pack. I think you're probably talking about Onyx Vintage, maybe. I did not pre-order that or order that. I'm sure I could round some up if, you know, it looks good. This is Elijah Holyfield to 35. Hardman for the H. Hardman. DeAndre Baker to 10 for the B's. Alex Barnes for the B's. Hey, there's Benny Snell Jr. That's my man from the University of Kentucky, baby. My alma mater showing out and numbered to 5 for my man Benny Snell. Woohoo! He is a tough little running back. I'm telling you, he's a little bit undersized height-wise, but man, he's got some strength. Hi, Cammie. Have there been any M hits yet? Oh, good gracious. I do not know the answer to that. We haven't hit Kyler Murray yet, but I don't know if we've hit anything M or not. Unfortunately, you know my memory ain't going to be that good. That is Humphrey for the H's. Kelvin Harmon is also an H. Behind that, Noah Fant for the F's. One of a pair of tight ends coming from Iowa. He should be first round. David Montgomery for the M's. There is a second Nick Bosa for the B's. Yeah, you were talking about vintage? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've opened some Onyx card products in the past, and I don't know. Sometimes they're good, and then other times, I don't know. They haven't been as good, so I just didn't order vintage. I couldn't decide. I thought about it. I contemplated it. I actually talked to one of my reps about it and then ultimately didn't order it. Deebo Samuel, S to 20. There is Devin Bush to 15 for the B's. These are cleaning up. Stanley Morgan, there's an M for you, Cammie, to 35. Christian Wilkins for the W's, and this is a Tenacious D insert, so a little different insert than we've seen up to this point. Josh Jacobs to 5 for the J's. Is that on the... I'm trying to see what... Can you see that? That's, I don't know what that is. Actually, I think that's maybe like a little piece of plastic from the top loader that maybe is floating around inside the top loader. I think it's what that spot is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Alan J., you're saying Onyx, since Onyx is an off-brand, does it hold or have value? Well, the autograph stuff, their autographed memorabilia does, because it's autographed baseballs and autographed, you know, different things at various points. They have other autographed memorabilia things too. So their memorabilia definitely does. Their cards, I think it just kind of depends on who it is. And some of the buybacks, I think is what Jay Allen was talking about. Deontay Thompson for the T's. Dexter Lawrence to 25. L. Jalen Smith for the S. Josh Allen. Oh, psych. Love that. Josh Allen, of course, also a product of my University of Kentucky Wildcats, and he should go somewhere in the top 5 as well. Dwayne Haskins, there is a nice hit if you have the H bidding position tonight. That's probably exactly the guy you're looking for. Yeah, exactly. Stang Lover remembers. We did a case last year before last, of some Onyx stuff, and we were supposed to have a case hit in it, and the case hit, like, never showed up. There was, I mean, we opened the whole case, and there was a buyback card in it, but it was some little weirdo buyback card that I think surely to gosh wasn't supposed to be the case hit. Justice Hill to 10 for the H. So, I mean, I just think they didn't give us the case hit. C.J. Scott and the S. And they also had some boxes where you, like, didn't get the amount of hits you were supposed to have. It was just kind of a jacked up product. Caleb Wilson to 10 for the W. Greedy Williams, also a W, Tenacious D insert, and Will Greer to 35, sorry, for the G's. Yeah, Jay Allen, it would definitely be the older card, you know, the buyback type stuff is definitely what you would want out of that Onyx vintage. And that is kind of the reason I considered it. But then the reason I ultimately didn't buy it is exactly what Stang Lover brought up, that, you know, last year before last, they screwed us over on some of the, what were supposed to be the case hits. David Sills for the S. And there's a Polite to 20 for the P's. Ed Oliver shows up for the O, numbered to 10. DeMarcus Lodge to 7, L. DK Metcalf, of course, this guy, that's a nice M hit, potentially. He's the one that just, like, put his stock through the roof with some really nice moves at the combine. Some nice times, and really improved his draft stock a lot. Paris Campbell, he's probably going to be useful. That is for the C. Trey Lamar to 35, L. Jalen Hurd for the H. A redemption for Montez Sweat for the S. Probably a first-round guy. Possibly. Kyler Murray, State Pride, right there it is, baby. Woohoo! That's exactly what you want if you got the M. That is your man, Kyler Murray, coming home to roost. Cammie, you got here just in time to watch your M's, didn't you? Because that was the one I think you wanted. Yeah, I look over there. She's typed in, "Come on, Kyler Murray." I didn't see that, of course, until now, but yeah. There's Jeremy Tillery, T. Jalen Jelks for the J. Riley Ridley, Calvin's little brother, for the R. A redemption for Bryce Love. And the L, that's the second Bryce Love, I think. A second Kyler Murray. Oh, you are living right, Cammie. Go play the lottery. You got two Kyler Murrays right there in this case. Yeah, now it's a Friday night party at Cammie's house. None of that BYOB stuff. It's time to celebrate, right? Two Kyler Murrays, and we're not even quite finished yet. Well, if you get another one, that'd be crazy. Mike Weber, W's, State Pride. Devin White, W to 20. Here comes Irv Smith for the S on a State Pride insert. There is... that is weirdly cut, oddly miscut. Little Jordan Humphrey again, although he was live in there. We also have a redemption for him, so strange. But that is the H. I guess his hand got tired. Drew Lock, if you got the L, I bet you're looking for him. Numbered to 15. All right, so here we are, kids. We are on last box mojo time. You know what that means. We're trying to pull big fiery hit out of the last box. Although, frankly, you know, we did just hit two Kyler Murrays, so I don't know. Never know, though. Could be another one in here. We'll find out what we got. Devin Singletary for the S. Followed by... Jamarius Way for the W. This is J.J. Arcega Whiteside to 20. And that goes to the A's because, guys, the last name is Arcega-Whiteside. That's all one last name. So the first letter of that is the A for Arcega. David Sills, S. And last out is A.J. Brown for the B's. All right, Stang Lover, we didn't hit your guy in the K's, man. I am sorry about that. That's not cool, is it? Usually we do hit, you know, the ones where maybe there's only one or two possibilities for a letter. Often we will pull something for those one or two letters, but I don't know. Wasn't flowing our way tonight, was it? Just means you're going to have better luck in the other breaks, right? That's what I'm thinking. All right, kids, so let's go along here and recap. So we have Metcalf, Morgan, Bush, Samuel, Bosa, Montgomery, Fant, Harmon, Humphrey, Snell, Barnes, Baker, Hardiman, Holyfield, excuse me, and Drew Lock. Next up, Lodge, Oliver, Polite, Sills, Greer, Williams, Wilson, Scott, Hill, Haskins, yay. Josh Allen, yay. Smith, Lawrence, Thompson. Jacobs, Wilkins, Brown, Sills, Arcega, Whiteside. So once again, that goes to the A's, starts with an A. Arcega is part of the last name. That is Way, Singletary, Locke, Humphrey, Smith, White, Wilson, or not Wilson, Weber. What's wrong with me? There's one of two Kyler Murrays. That one's an M. Bryce Love for the L. Nelson, you got 40 hits, Nelson? Man, you must have had the big, booming letters in here then. Ridley, Jelks for the Jays. Tillery, there's a nice Kyler Murray, a second one. Montez Sweat for the S's. There's Hurd, Lamar, Campbell. Love, Jones, Harris, Williams, Stidham, Farrell, Johnson, Sanders, Finley, Bosa, and Samuel. Stidham, Anderson, or, you know I'm not going to say it right. I tried it a while ago. Orwari. Anyway, it's an O. Jones, Humphrey, Allen, Gaskin, Farrell, Brown, Thorson, Sternberger, Williams, and Hall. Okay, there we go, kids. That is case number 1 of Leaf Metal Draft Football. You know we've got lots more of it, including some that will be opening tomorrow night. So once again, for anybody who might have jumped in late, here's what you need to know. Expecting this to ship to you roughly Tuesday. If you get skunked, yet nothing at all, not a base card, not anything, you are still going to get a package. It will have consolation cards in it. As always, if I can get it out faster, I will. If my week were to go off the rails, it could go a day later, but my best guess is Tuesday. A 10-box case of 2018 Honors Football. Full case break. Break number 1 just came out today. Super psyched to get in it. And same format, kids. Team names on one side. Your name is up in lights across from your team on the opposite side if you are the winning bidder tonight. I was going to say patiently waiting, but to tell you the truth, I've been impatiently waiting all day to get into this honors. Yeah, I've been wanting to get in it badly. In fact, I almost opened the older 2016 honors just because I thought, oh, I want to open a something honors so bad. But I wisely decided to wait. We'll do that 2016 honors in a mixer or something. But tonight we are all about 2018 honors. I'm still super bummed that I did not get nearly as much of this as I was expecting. It was the worst allocation that I had for the entire year. I got less of this than I got of anything. Less than Flawless, less than National Treasures, less than anything. Everybody's screaming, oh, they didn't make very much. They didn't make very much. I'm sure that's true. But I also think a lot of distributors, held some back. And they're, going to sell them at, twice the price or something. Okay, let's get rolling. We have got 4 cards per box. And as you know, I'm sure, a couple of them are encased and a couple of them are freestanding. So we're going to look at the free and clear ones first. So that's Carson Wentz for the Eagles. I need to get a little set of sleeves out. And of course, these are basically optic is more or less what Panini calls them. Sometimes they refer to them as optichrome, but optic, optichrome, whatever. It is numbered to 99, Carson Wentz and the Eagles. And then we get some cool little score parallels with updated optic touch on them. That one is numbered to 20, Rashad Penny for the Seahawks. Now we are looking at one Darius Leonard, signed in gold there on a score updated optic parallel, numbered to 75. And then we have a TJ Watt for the Steelers. That's a buyback, signed, of course, for is from Prism. It is gold, and it is what is this? Is rookie year, right? Yeah, rookie year. Where does it say? It doesn't say rookie year on there, but that's his rookie year, I'm pretty sure. So Steelers, woohoo, and the Colts off and running. Out of box number 1. Jay Allen, you got to go to bed, but you want booklet. Oh, man, you want booklet autographs from all those teams? Now, you know I'm not going to be able to conjure that up, man. But I will try. But I'm going to tell you, it's extremely rare to pull those booklet autographs in Gypsy Queen. Though we did find one earlier this year. Maybe out of first case we did. But they don't come out super often. A Tom Brady gold parallel honors to 75. And then we have our score optic coated score. I don't know what to call it. Numbered to 99. Leighton Vander Esch and the Cowboys. And look at that. To go along with it, how would you like to have a Leighton Vander Esch autographed score / optic coated? That is numbered to 50. Oh, wait a minute. Johnny says the TJ Watt was a one of... Oh, I did not see that. You're right. It does say that up there in black. I missed it. That is a 1 of 1 TJ Watt. That's like so blended in. I didn't even catch it the way the light was hitting it for me. When I look on the computer monitor, I see it. But when I hold it in my hand, I didn't. Yeah, so that's a 1 of 1 TJ Watt. Even better, right? Yeah, nice. Even better than I thought for the Steelers. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. I wouldn't have noticed it until I was probably sorting it. The Bengals and Tyler Boyd. This is numbered to 5. It's out of plates and patches. And yeah, that's what you need to know, I guess. Hand numbered to 5, of course. So the Bengals, Stang Lover's go-to team when he needs a hit, when he's trying to reset his mojo. Carter, you need an Andrew Luck. Okay. Well, we will try our best to get an Andrew Luck for you. Yeah, Johnny, thank you again for pointing out that 1 of 1 on the TJ Watt. I definitely did not see it. I mean, I recognized, of course, that it was his rookie card, buyback, etc. But what I didn't see was that 1 of 1. Sometimes the way the light hits it when I hold it so that you guys can see it means it's harder for me to see some of the details and vice versa. I can hold it good for me. It's maybe not as good for you. That is numbered to 99, Rashad Penny. That is Classics updated with the chrome coating. Anthony Miller, Classics Chrome, numbered to 75 for the Bears. Chicago Bears. Minka Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins. That one is a sticker auto, but it is a score numbered to 20. Basically, all of these score and classic and stuff that you see, they're going to be updated to be chrome finish or optic finish. So just know that. I'm not going to say that out loud every time. That's going to get on my nerves and yours. But that's what you need to know. Jared Goff, that is really pretty cool for the Rams. It is also a 1 of 1 hand numbered. That is originally from Flawless Kids. Rookie out of Flawless for the Rams and Jared Goff. I kind of like that. Like, I kind of love that a little bit. That's That's awesome. And of course, you know, I love my Pittsburgh Steelers, so the J.J. Watt, or T.J. Watt, 1/1 was also a quite welcome addition. All right, who's hiding out in this pack? It is Kiki QT for the Texans /99. Behind it, we have one Derek Carr for the Oakland Raiders /99. This one is a sticker auto, but you don't care because it's Baker Mayfield for the Cleveland Browns. Woohoo! And that is numbered /20. So if you have the Browns, sit back. Enjoy the back half of the case. That's the man you were looking for right there. Latavius Murray /25. Capstones. And that, of course, was out of Vertex originally. Was the, you know, the card set we would have found that in once upon a time. Nicholas is here. Hi, Nicholas. What's happening, my friend? And Elias, I didn't see you jump in. Hi, Elias. Strong Crosby, you like the hits so far? Me too. I had very high hopes for honors, and I'm glad to see that thus far they are not letting me down. So I'm pretty excited about that. Elias, this is the only honors I'm opening tonight. Yeah, I got such a small amount of honors, it's like ridiculous. It's Eli Manning /99, Dante Pettis, and the 49ers coming up next /99. Then we have Roquan Smith for the Bears. Sticker on that one. And numbered /49. Look like that said. So the Bears are doing all right. Here come the boys. Daryl Johnston for the Dallas Cowboys on a Super Bowl insert. So you know I kind of groove on those Super Bowl inserts anyway. So I like that hit for Dallas. Nicholas, you almost bid tonight and changed your mind. Well, you know what? That happens to the best of us, and it's hard, right? It's hard because they can be expensive. Oh, my goodness. I think I see something else really nice getting ready to come up. Well, not like it's not all really nice because it is, but, yeah. I'm kind of liking this case right now. It's making me happy. Kiki QT /35 for the Texans. Like, I don't even keep any of these, but I get as jazzed up as you guys do when we pull good stuff. Mike White /20 for the boys. My Pittsburgh Steelers get involved again with an artist-proof James Washington. Sticker auto /25. And here's what I saw floating around a minute ago. Carson Wentz out of Flawless. This one, I thought maybe it was going to be a 1/1 as well. But it's a 2 of 2. But, you know, really, does that matter? It's almost a 1/1. It's all kinds of awesome if you have the Eagles. Well, it's all kinds of awesome even if you don't have the Eagles, but you're probably not as excited if you don't have the Eagles, I guess, is the point of the matter. Oh, Elias, that was your Jared Goff. Well, congratulations. That was an amazingly good hit, in my opinion. There's a little Baker Mayfield. Numbered /20. Leighton Vander Esch coming out on the Classics format. And Leighton is numbered /99. Cleveland Browns are going to keep on winning tonight. Here's Nick Chubb to go along with your Baker Mayfield sticker on it as well. And Nick is numbered to, I think that says, does that say 35 or 85? 35. 35. And then we have Sterling Shepard for the Giants out of Contenders. And it is 1 of 2. Hand numbered, of course, a playoff ticket. Sterling Shepard, not too shabby. Buy back out of, what would that be, 16 contenders, I guess. All right, we have got 3 boxes remaining, counting the ones I'm taking out right now. So this is, we've opened 7. This is box 8 of 10. Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, numbered to 75. You know, I had a feeling about the Packers tonight. That better not be the only thing that they pull. That means my feelings are like, means my mojo's not flowing if we don't hit anything else for them. Because I kind of felt like we would. DJ Moore to 10 for the Panthers. Calvin Ridley, Falcons, sticker, numbered to 49. And here we have a Jordan Howard 1 of 1. So this is our 3rd 1 of 1. I like that. And it is another flawless hit. That one headed to the Bears. And, of course, out of 2016, flawless. Next to last. Next to last. Oh, Nicholas, you did well then. If you hit that Rudolph last week out of that, that's quite good, man. Congratulations on it. Yeah, there are a lot of 1 of 1s in this product. I mean, there are certain products that kind of lend themselves easily to doing 1 of 1s, and certainly anything that's got a lot of buybacks. Like this falls into that category for sure. Michael Gallup to 10, Cowboys. Traquan Smith and the Saints. Traquan is numbered to 15. Then we have ourselves Christian Kirk for the Arizona Cardinals, numbered to 10 as well. Here come the Chargers. Somebody was asking for the Chargers a second ago. Stanglover, I think it was. There's Melvin Gordon headed your way, numbered to 25, originally out of National Treasures. You got the relic there too. And that is out of 2017 NT football. Now we have got Last Box Mojo. Had such good mojo already, though. It's kind of hard to expect more, isn't it? But yet we're going to, and we're going to try. I'll try really hard. Nicholas, I don't think I have another break of this scheduled yet, because I've got some other stuff going on. We'll probably break it, I don't know, Thursday or Friday of next week again, because I don't have very much of it. I've got maybe 3 or 4 cases of it total. So I don't have a lot of back-to-back stuff scheduled in there. So most likely look for it to show up again probably around Thursday or Friday of next week, somewhere in that time frame. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos, that's numbered to 75. I'm also trying to stretch it out a little because they keep moving the date of flawless, which they've already moved a couple of times, and then it was supposed to be this upcoming Wednesday, and they moved it again. So I'm also trying to make sure we still have some football to open while we're waiting on flawless. Jimmy Garoppolo, that is severely curved. It is numbered to 25 for the 49ers. You can probably see the amount of curvature in that card. It is dramatic. All these coded cards tend to have a little, but there's a lot on Jimmy G there. And then our hits out of that box, Kerryon Johnson and the Lions, numbered to 15. And our final hit out is a game changer. It is for the 49ers and numbered 3 of 3, Dwight Clark, originally out of Plates and Patches 2016 Plates and Patches. So that's pretty cool too. The Dwight Clark is pretty cool. Okay, so Nicholas, yeah, we already opened Leaf Metal Draft tonight for sure. We've got plenty of that, and it was our first break up tonight, actually. All right, so this is just a quick little glance through the parallels. Once again, all of these are coated, so you can call them optic, you can call them optichrome, call them chrome, whatever floats your boat. Basically, that's what they are, coated, and variety of card sets in there. Kerryon Johnson and the Lions, Nick Chubb and the Browns. That really sweet Carson Wentz, 2 of 2, originally out of Flawless for the Eagles. James Washington for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Daryl Johnston, Dallas Cowboys. Roquan Smith, Chicago Bears. Melvin Gordon, originally out of NT Football for the Chargers. Christian Kirk, Arizona Cardinals. That is a Jordan Howard, originally out of Flawless, hand numbered 1 of 1. Calvin Ridley for the Falcons. This Dwight Clark, really sweet, numbered to 3. San Francisco 49ers. Hand numbered Sterling Shepard, 1 of 2. Giants. Latavius Murray for the Vikings to 25. Capstones, originally out of Vertex. There's the man you're looking for if you have the Browns. It is Baker Mayfield to 20. 1 of 1, Jared Goff. Makes me so happy. Also out of Flawless for the Rams. Awesome hit. Minka Fitzpatrick, Miami Dolphins. There's Tyler Boyd, hand numbered to 5. That, of course, originally out of 2016 Plates and Patches. There's that handsome TJ Watt card, hand numbered 1 of 1. That is a Prism out of his rookie year. So a little 2017 Prism updated with a signature and a nice little 1 of 1. Last but certainly not least, it is Leighton Vander Esch, signed in gold and numbered to 50 for the Dallas Cowboys. And then we have a Leonard, a Darius Leonard, came out for the Colts, numbered to 75. And actually, did you know Darius Leonard and Vander Esch, those are also stickers. They looked on card till the light hit them at a certain angle, and then you can see that they are stickers as well. So I guess there's a few more of them in there that are stickered than I thought, but still, I like it. I like our hits. I think we did well. Hopefully everybody's happy with what they got in there. And once again, just as a reminder, if you got skunked and you didn't get anything, not a base card or anything at all for your team, you are still going to get a package in the mail. You will get consolation cards, and it will ship out with the rest of the break. Right now, that is estimated to be a Tuesday shipping date. If I can get it to you faster, I will. If something happens and my week goes crazy, it might be, could always slide a day later, but my best estimate is Tuesday for everything we're opening tonight. So this is going to roll us into a 5-box case, half case of 2019 Gypsy Queen Baseball. This is the back half of a case. So we started the case, I don't know, a few days ago anyway. And we're going to finish it up tonight, this particular case anyway. Same format, teams on one side, winning bidders on the opposite. Also ended tonight on eBay Friday night, the 12th of April. And we're not too far off. What did I say it would take? Somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. And what have we been? About 45 minutes? Something like that. So I'm not too terribly far out of the range of what I estimated. So hopefully I didn't send anybody off with the wrong time estimate. All right, let's get all this Gypsy Queen, of course. We don't have to number it or any of that stuff this time because this is the back half of a case. But for those of you who may not have done a case break with me before where we only open part of the case, like we open a brand new case, but we only break half of it in the first break, the way that I do that is I take all the boxes out and I number them on the end, and we use random.org to pick out which boxes are opened in the first part of the break versus which ones are left for the second half of the break. That way everything stays very transparent and easy to follow and know what's going on. And see, there's where they were numbered from where we opened it before. Alan J., I don't have any more National Treasures football. I kind of am thinking I probably won't get any more either. Because at this point, you know, we've got honors and we're getting ready to roll into flawless, and NT football has gotten so crazy expensive. I probably won't get any more. I will not say definitely, because every once in a while, you know, I'll have a rep call me and say, hey, this came up and this is, you know, what we've got. And occasionally I'll pick some up when I think I'm done with something, but I don't really anticipate it. We'll put it like that. I don't expect that to be the case, but of course, you never know for sure. DVs, cards, and collectibles, you are looking for some Minnesota Twins. All right, let's do it. Alan J. needs some Houston Astros mojo. Now, for those of you who may not know how Gypsy Queen works, in the past we have had these big Glassworks chrome oversized box toppers. Those have been replaced this year with a regular size chrome card parallel instead. So you have the Indians on our first one, and on the second one we have the Tampa Bay Rays. And next out, this one is a refractor, so it's going to be numbered, and that is the St. Louis Cardinals, and it is numbered to 50. So we're going to find a little pack of those chrome cards at the top of each one of our boxes, and that's kind of how that rolls. Then, of course, for the boxes themselves, we're looking for a couple of on-card autographs per box. There are parallels in here. We may find some numbered parallels. We can find logo swaps where the GQ logo is swapped out with the Gypsy's face. There are other things that are significantly more rare. There are the booklet autographs, which don't fall often at all. We were fortunate enough to pull one in the very, very first break that we did for the whole year of 2019, I mean. Then there's black and white parallels numbered to 50. More rarely, you can find occasionally, we haven't found one yet, but a jersey worn on tribute to Jackie Robinson Day, or jerseys that were worn over 4th of July or on Players Weekend. Those are harder to spot and also more rare, but do show up from time to time. We've also got some short prints in here, and those are typically going to be more your retired Hall of Famer types, you know, your Derek Jeters and Hank Aaron's and whatnot. It is possible to find variations on the back. I don't typically look for those going through the first time. Trevor Story for the Colorado Rockies. I look for them when I sort typically. But if somebody, you know, if you guys absolutely want to see them, we do them at the end of the break, and I just pick up each stack and we do a real quick little sort through the back. Juan Soto Fortune Tellers insert. And that way it keeps it a little more in line. Yes, we did have the spreadsheet up for that DV's, cards, and collectibles. Did you, guys, I did put it up, didn't I? I thought I did, and scrolled through it. I remember talking about it. I believe it was up there. I can show it to you again at the end of the break if for some reason you missed it, or if I had like some kind of a brain moment and I didn't put it up, but I think I did. I thought I did. I was pretty sure. But anyway, once I have, you know, got boxes open and cards open out on the table and all that, I don't switch the camera view away from this until we're finished, because for obvious reasons. So I won't switch you back to that view of the spreadsheet until after the break, but I can do it then if you want to see it and you missed it earlier. So Gary Carter here, I'm showing him to you for a couple of reasons. For one reason, he's a short print, and for another reason, he's a Montreal Expo on there. Now, for those of you who may not know how that works, cards always stay with their franchises. So the former Montreal Expos are, of course, the current Washington Nationals. So that Gary Carter goes to the Nationals. And he's also a short print, which are numbered 301 to 320 in this series. And there's a little 1 of 1 for my Cincinnati Reds. It's just that kind of night, isn't it? I love it. I love it, man. 1 of 1 for my Reds. Woohoo! I did not have the spreadsheet up. Okay, well, I had it up on my screen, and I must have forgotten to switch your view. So I was looking at it, and I guess I did not realize that I did not switch your view to show you. So DVs, cards, and collectibles, you are absolutely right, my friend. I did have a brain moment, apparently, because I thought for sure I had it up there scrolling through it. And sure enough, I did, but guess what? I didn't show it to you while I was scrolling through it, so that did you a whole lot of no good, right? Did not help you even one tiny little bit. So I apologize for that, friends. I will put that back up there for you as soon as we finish up the break, and we'll scroll right on back through there because I evidently effed it up. Sorry, kids. This is Ryan Borucki for the Toronto Blue Jays, our second autograph out. So yeah, apologies there, kids. I don't know how I messed that up. Fortune Teller 1 of 1, Kyle Tucker and the Astros. There is a little riddle out for the Marlins. It is numbered to 250. And anytime we find, I don't even know what color to call that. It's kind of a, I don't know, a greenish, tealish sort of color. Anyway, whenever you see that color around the border, it's going to be numbered to 250. That's the important part. Jay Allen says he shows back up for what he says is 1 second, but then when he hits a 1 of 1 in an autograph, he's not going anywhere. I know, right? I'm pretty psyched about that 1 of 1 for the Cincinnati Reds that are heading your way. Not too shabby. I did not say it was a Tucker 1 of 1. No, the 1 of 1 was, I think, Scooter Gennett. It was a Cincinnati Red. Anyways, either Schebler or Gennett. But I couldn't tell you which of the two, but I can in a minute. I can tell you if I pick it back up. It was Scooter Gennett 1 of 1 for Cincy. All right, kids. Let's see what we can find in the rest here. I love Gypsy Queen. The only thing I can say is I wish that it had fewer base cards, because that part is significantly less fun as far as sorting and such goes in particular. But I do love it. It is a nice, fun product. Oh, the tarot cards. That's the other insert I forgot to mention. So loads of these. That one is, of course, for Puig and my Cincinnati Reds. And Puig managed to come back from his 2-game suspension from the brawl. And he actually hit pretty well. In fact, honestly, I think he hit better than he hit before he got suspended. So kind of thinking I might not mind if he brawls and gets suspended every week. Like, sure, let's do that. Let's see how that works. Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. So, Jay Allen, you said Arizona, Cincinnati, Miami, Philly, San Francisco, and Toronto. Okay, you're reminding me who you have. Well, yeah, that's a good idea. You know it. You typed it in so far back, I might not have otherwise remembered it. So there's a missing nameplate. These don't really show up too often. In past years, they showed up much more often than they do now, than they do this year. So the San Francisco Giants with a nice little Brandon Belt parallel there with the missing front nameplate. So that might be the first of those we've had this year, as a matter of fact, with the missing nameplate. And there comes a logo swap for Villar and the Baltimore Orioles. So nice little run of parallels there. I like that. I like that when that happens. Wait a minute. There's something sticky. Those cards were kind of stuck together. It's not on that one. See if I feel it on this one. Not really. I don't know why they were stuck together. Anyway, there's Aaron Nola numbered to 250 with a little Gypsy Queen fortune teller insert. Jay Allen, that is your first one of one in a break. Now, I thought you told me you got one somewhere else not too long ago. I thought you told me. I thought I could have sworn. See, I'm having that kind of night, right? Like, I also thought I put the spreadsheet up. But I could have sworn you told me not that long ago that you finally had your one of one. There is Yelich and the Brewers. So, apparently, I need some Red Bull or something, because I apparently am having one of those kind of nights. So we haven't hit hardly any missing nameplates, and then look at that. We got two coming out in a row here. Kansas City Royals hit this one with Billy Hamilton. I was so sad to see him leave my Cincinnati Reds. He's like Billy Hamilton. I mean, the guy will just flat get after it. I know his bat's not great, but his defense is incredible. I like, and his speed, his on-base speed. I was sorry we traded him. Acuna and the Braves. But that's Cincinnati for you. They do all kinds of really super strange things. It was a tarot for the A's. And there we go. Box number 1 in the books. 1 down, 4 to go. Oh, you bought the one of one that you had. I don't know why I thought you had hit it in a break. Well, now I feel even happier, Jay Allen, that we hit that for one of your teams. I was already happy that we hit it. It was my Reds. It was good. Kept our flow going with one of ones, you know, kind of carrying over from honors. And then that's your first one. That's so cool. Johnny, I like your man Acuna as well. I'm a big Acuna fan. So I'm with you on that front. So Phillies, but once again, I'm sure you guys all know this already, but there is quite a bit of curvature in these box topper cards, as is the case most of the time when something is coated. That seems to happen. This is no exception. So we have a numbered one here as well. It is to 150, Dansby Swanson for the Braves, with a chrome numbered parallel. I like that. Yeah, there's, you know, a lot of these young guys are just so much fun to watch. And I think we're all kind of anxiously awaiting Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s arrival. And I guess they're saying it's imminent now, finally. Now that he's gotten past his service time date, oh, suddenly he's qualified to be called up. But he did legit have the oblique injury, so that would have held him back anyway, even if it hadn't been a service time thing. But still, it's about time he gets called up. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what impact he's going to have. I enjoy watching the young guys. Here's Victor, speaking of young guys, numbered to 250 for the Nationals. We'll have to see what Victor brings. You know, that kid was just so sad last year when he was injured, when it would have been his time, and instead it went to Soto, and then Soto just, man, burned it up. You know, that Victor was probably happy for Juan Soto, but for himself, he's just thinking, man, that should have been my major league spot. So I'm glad he's young man's Going to be around this year. Reggie Jackson, Oakland A's, have themselves a little short print. Fortune teller for the Astros, Verlander. Of course, the deal is I'm sure you guys have noticed, I'm flipping over all of the inserts and hits as we look at them. So if there were a bazooka back or something in one of those, we would know it right away. Yuval, you said, oh my goodness. He says he thinks there's a Players Weekend variation, but it was 2 packs back or so. Well, that's a long ways back in terms of like me being able to go back through and find it. Do you happen to recall who the player was by any chance, sir? That would help me a little bit if you happen to know the player. I'm kind of doing a quick little look right now to see if I can spot it myself. Of course, I'm not exactly 100% sure where I have it stacked because I have more than one stack over there, but I'm kind of grabbing a little bit off the top, trying to see if I see anything that looks like it. At the moment, I don't. Yellow sleeves, but you couldn't see the player. Okay. All right, I'm looking. But I'm definitely more than 2 packs back by now. Hang on. Of course, all the cards ship. That's the only thing I've seen with yellow sleeves so far. I'll pick it up and show it to you better here in a second. But I'm continuing to look through the tops of several piles here to see if there's any others that match your query. As anytime, if you guys see something go past and you have a question about it, absolutely do exactly what Yuval just did there and type it in. See, there it is again. I mean, I don't think that's any type of a variation, but these are the only 2 anywhere near the top of any stack that are yellow sleeves, but that's just the A's jersey. I mean, I don't think that's a Players Weekend jersey. But those are the only 2 I see with yellow sleeves anywhere near the top. So do you think that's what you saw? Or are you thinking it's something else that I just somehow didn't see? Because we can always look again at the end of the break if you want, but that's the only thing I see with yellow. Bryce Wilson comes out for the Atlanta Braves. Autograph, and he should have been numbered, but did I read off the number? I didn't. It's to 150. You probably saw it, but I didn't read it off because honestly, I was still thinking about yellow sleeves. So I'm just going, try to think, why can't I find it? You think it was not that, but a different jersey. Okay. Well, I can try to find it for you again at the end of the break, but I definitely looked through what I would say were about 50 or 60 cards off the top of each of the stacks that I have over there, which I would have thought would have caught it if it was only a couple of packs back, but maybe it's farther back than that. A tarot there for Bryce Harper and the Nationals. But if it's in there, we'll find it. I'll find it when it sorts, of course. You said you're not worried about finding it right now, so okay. I will, of course, it would get sorted to you. Everything ships out of here, so that's the good news. And for sure, occasionally I will miss a short print or some variation or something when it goes through. And most of those, I would say 99% of those, I would end up catching when we did the sort. Maybe 1% might get by me that I don't catch at all, but not a vast number of those get by usually. But of course, again, since they all ship, it's not as pressing but still like to try to identify that stuff when we go through as much as possible. And there's a little Jose Altuve tarot card. And I didn't mean that the way it sounded. I said little, but I didn't really mean little as in little in stature, although he is. I just have a bad habit of saying little this or little that, or big this or big that, with actually no intent to refer to the true size of whatever it is. Bad habit from somewhere. Nolan Arenado, Rockies fortune teller insert. And behind that is a Chris Bryant fortune teller insert for the Cubbies. Chicago, baby. Bryce Wilson again. What the what? So our other Bryce Wilson was numbered. This one is just the base autograph unnumbered, but still yet. Oh, forget that sleeve. We're just going to get a new one. There. You have a pair, if you've got the Atlanta Braves, a pair of Bryce Wilsons. One numbered, one unnumbered. Logo swap. Kyle Seager, Mariners. Val, how have you been, by the way? I haven't seen you in a while. How have things been? What's been going on with you? How have things been? Jay Allen, you said in the same friggin' box. What does that mean? Did you go away and come back and like... Oh, I got it. Now, never mind. See, it took me a minute. I mentally connected it. DeGrom and the Mets on the Ace of Wands. You meant to Bryce Wilson in the same box. I got you now. Just takes me a minute sometimes. Johnny. Johnny basically says he has the Braves, but whoever put the hits in that box sucks. I know, and it's become epidemic, really, and it's not any one company. It's not just Topps doing it, or just Panini doing it, or just Leaf doing it. Leaf actually probably does it less than anybody else. But some of the correlation in this stuff is absurd. I mean, you might open something and have 10 hits and 4 of them be for one team sometimes. And then you'll get other cases of the same product that'll be collated great, and the hits will be well distributed. And there's no rhyme or reason for it, but it has really gotten bad the last couple of years. Certain products it seems to affect more than others, but yeah, I'm not a fan when they do that either. This is the Astros and George Springer. We're looking, of course, at our box top chrome parallels. Next up, we have the Orioles, and that was Cedric Mullins. Oh, we got, oh, man. Not only did we get an autograph variation, look who it is. That is Vlad Guerrero Sr., and, of course, once again, former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals. And that little bad boy is numbered to 25. You want to talk about a bonus. Oh, that's the bonus right there. Woohoo! Love it. Because we should still have our 2 regular autographs in here. So that's just a bonus hit, and a fantastic bonus hit, by the by. So, yeah. Very, very nice. DV's Cards and Collectibles, is that yours? Is that Vlad Guerrero coming to you? I love that hit. I mean, I know it's senior, and I know, junior's the chase right now, or he will be when Bowman comes out next week. But I love pulling some of the old-timers, if you want to call them that. Your Hank Aaron's and your Guerreros and those kind of guys. I think those are incredibly cool hits. I'm always really excited when we hit that kind of stuff. No, you've got the Twins. You told me that. You told me that earlier. You did, didn't you? I'm sorry. Didn't remember it. We need Twins mojo for you. Minnesota. All right. Let's try and focus in on getting some hits for those of you who don't have one yet, including the Minnesota Twins and some of Jay Allen's teams, and a big list of hits there that you guys are trying to conjure some mojo for. That was Jacob deGrom, Fortune Teller, and the Mets. Matt Chapman, we've got a variation on this autograph because you've got a little logo swap over there as well, down in the corner. Matt Chapman, Oakland A's, numbered to 99. Seems as though Matt Chapman autographs turn up a lot, don't they? Seems to me they do. Sometimes I think I just feel like I see somebody a lot, and maybe I don't, but I just see them a lot in a short time frame, so I start thinking, oh, they're in everything. Logo swap, Padres, Will Myers. Did I just pick up that same weirdo sleeve again? I need to let's just toss it completely. Get over there, weird sleeve. And this entire case of sleeves that I have, since I have been working from it, it seems like some of the packs have sleeves in them that are almost like miscut. They're not quite the right size somehow. Freddie Freeman comes out for the Atlanta Braves in a Fortune Teller mini. And you just have to, like, toss them. And you can pick up the next one in the pack, and it'll be fine. And then you'll go, like, 2 more down, and there'll be another weirdly cut one. So I think a little quality control would have been in order for the sleeves. Ty Cobb, short print, Detroit Tigers. And the man is golfing there. So, hey, that is definitely a variation. Tommy Lasorda. Tommy is a short print for the Dodgers, and he is also a logo swap. So sort of a double variation. Short print with a variation, if you will, on Tommy Lasorda for the Dodgers. So Jay Allen, do you have to go? You don't have to go get up early tomorrow, right? Do you get to sleep in tomorrow? Since you're hanging out late with us tonight, I hope that means you do. Oh, you've had packs of sleeves that do the same thing. Isn't that weird? I don't really remember having, like, I would occasionally have a weirdo one here or there, but this is the first time I remember, like, out of the whole case, consistently, it seems almost every pack of sleeves I open will have at least a handful of oddly cut ones mixed in with the ones that are cut normally. It's unusual, but fortunately, that's why they call them penny sleeves. So if you gotta dump a few out of every pack, it's certainly not going to be the end of the world, fortunately. A Fortune Teller Aaron Nola. I don't know why I saw the 2 and I thought for a minute maybe that was a salute to Jackie Robinson, but it was not. We're about to have ourselves a numbered Tampa Bay Ray to 250. Oh, well, you get a little bit more sleep tomorrow then. Not a whole lot, but a little. So to 250 there on Jalen. That's still pretty early to have to get up, though. Now I'm aggravated. Okay, so we had 2 Braves, same player, come out of the last box. Out of this box, we get duplicate Matt Chapman's. And again, though, a variation. One the regular and one with the logo swap variation. And the same thing we had with Bryce. One was numbered and one was unnumbered, but it was the same player out of one box. And we just did it again with Matt Chapman. Okay, that's just dumb. That is Taro J.D. Martinez insert for the Red Sox. Now, I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, where you have 2 boxes in a row where each box has the same player both ways. I mean, that's messed up. There's another blank nameplate, and this is, of course, for the Tigers. Matt Boyd. If it happens again in this box, I'm going to probably like snap my twig. So I hope it does not. Not like on you guys, but I mean, if it happens again in the 3rd box, that might be worth me firing off some kind of message to somebody. They won't read it, but it would make me feel better. For the Mets, that was Edwin Diaz on a Fortune Teller Mini. I do that from time to time. I get aggravated and, you know, have to share my opinions when they do weird stuff. That's Acuna on a tarot insert, the Joker. Tarot Mookie Betts and the Red Sox. All right, so if we have the same thing happen in this next box, I think we should all write to tops if it happens in a 3rd box and throw a total fit. That's just my feeling. Okay. We're entering box 4 of 5 right now. Maybe we've also entered the Twilight Zone. The time, now, the place. A Topps Gypsy Queen break. I love Twilight Zone. Boston Red Sox, Devers, box topper, chrome card. Behind that one, you have a Chris Shaw for the Giants. And on the way back is Runed for the Rangers. Nothing numbered, nothing refracting out of that group. Yeah, I agree with you, Jay Allen. I think we all should. He says he'll write them even if they're not his cards. I think we all should if it happens in a 3rd box. That means it's kind of bad enough that it happened once, much less twice. If it happens 3 times, that's just, yeah. What are the odds? I'm going to say it's not going to happen the 3rd time. Yeah, they're remaking the Twilight Zone, Jay Allen. Have you... I don't get, Hulu, I think it is, right? That airs the new Twilight Zones with Jordan Peele does the narrating like Rod Serling used to do. So I don't know even if it's out yet. I've been reading about it. I don't know if it's already premiered or just going to premiere, but I haven't had an opportunity to watch it yet. But I love the original Twilight Zones. Carlos Santana for the Phillies. A change of pace. Now, no offense to you if you have the Phillies, but I seriously hope that we don't find a second Carlos Santana autograph in here. Again, not directed at you if you have the Phillies. I want you to get all the hits you can possibly get always, but maybe just a different player. If we could just kind of wish for not the identical player and go that route. That would perhaps be ideal. This is numbered to 250. It's the Rockies. DV's cards and collectibles. I am not on Instagram. I know I should be. And over the years, you know, I used to be really good about taking pictures of the really good stuff that I hit. And then I never did anything with them. Every once, like maybe twice. I don't say every once in a while, but maybe twice ever. I have tweeted one out here or there, but I never did anything with them. I don't have a Facebook group because Facebook bugs the daylights out of me. I don't take time to do Instagram or any of that, and I know that I should, especially because we've pulled some monster hits over the years, but no, sir, I do not. A George Brett short print for the Royals. One of these days, maybe. First, I got to get somebody to build my website. I've been saying that for 3 years now. That's the Nationals and Max Scherzer. But I, for real, thought I had it done in the fall, and then those people said they got too busy to do it, and so they backed out, and I'm just like, ugh, I give up. Alan J says, us old folks don't like that technology. Here's my problem with it. I'll be just very upfront about it. My problem with it is I think, A, it sucks up a huge amount of time. By the time you go in there and update Facebook and update Instagram and update Twitter, and the next thing you know, even if you're not looking a whole lot at updates, you probably got comments. Some of them will be decent. Some of them will be a-holes who have not paid for breaks or who have had other reasons to be barred from doing breaks, who will, you know, fill up comment pages and all that. But assuming you don't even have to deal with that, assuming you just go in and it's a straight update, you've probably still spent an hour getting that done. And for me, I would rather spend that hour working on sorting and shipping so that you get your stuff faster than I would putting up stuff on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. That's just my preference. I think it just gets crazy. And Jay Allen, I'm with you. I've stopped holding my breath on the website too. I mean, this has been like the third time I have thought that I have found somebody who's going to do it. The first person really would have done it, but turned out to not be qualified to do it. And then the second person wanted more money than I thought it should have been, although in retrospect, I probably should have just paid them, all things considered. And the third person, I thought it was done. I mean, they were going to work on it. This was the fall. They were saying it'd be ready by end of the year, first of the year, the latest. And then they never did one thing on it. Javi Baez, Cubbies. And they just then all of a sudden said they got too busy. And I was like, why are you suddenly too busy? Like, you never even quoted me a price. It's not like I told you that was too much money or anything. At that point, I probably would have paid about whatever they were asking, because they were referred from a friend of mine who was really happy with their work. So because of her experience with them and her relationship with them, I would have just paid them, but they wouldn't even quote me a price. They suddenly were just like, oh, we're so busy, we don't have time anymore. Oh, okay. So at that point, I'm with you, JL, and I just gave up. I haven't even looked for anybody else. It's Bryce Harper and the Nationals. I just said, forget it. I've gone this many years without one. I guess I have to have one now. Although it might be helpful in some regards. Yuval, that the Ohtani, probably dollar-wise, the Ohtani's definitely the biggest hit. I mean, because you guys know the deal with that. I mean, he had offers to sell that card at just under $100K. He was trying to get more. I don't know if he ever did or not. He never told me what the final price was. The Yankees Torres fortune teller. But I do know from working with the other person who wanted to buy it, who asked me to put him in touch with the first guy, I mean, he had solid offer up there close to that $100,000 range. And that's when it was raw. And then it came back graded 9.5. I don't really know what he did with it. I'm assuming he sold it and probably got close to $100,000 is my guess. Max Muncy for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Finally, a box with 2 different autographs. Woohoo! So, yeah, I mean, you know, Yuval, I've hit a lot of things over the years that have been worth several $1,000s, and some of them maybe even up in the, you know, high, maybe even the low tens of thousands of dollars. But certainly that's the first time I've ever hit one approaching 100K that somebody's hit. Blank nameplate, Dodgers, Kershaw. Probably, you know, I start to say it's probably the only one I'll ever hit, but let's hope not. Let's hope every year we pull a card for one of you worth 100,000 or so. That is another tarot, and it is Craig Kimbrell in the Red Sox. Is he still unsigned? Kimbrell, does anybody know? Did he make a deal somewhere and I missed it? Or is he still floating around out there looking for a home? Chris Davis in the Oakland A's, Fortune Teller Mini. A tarot for the Mets with a Jacob deGrom. And what else we got in this pack? Anybody else want to come? Oh, that's actually a pretty cool picture there for Justin Turner. Sometimes I don't look at the image all that much. I'm so busy looking for nameplate variations and logo swaps that I sometimes don't pay attention to the actual image. There's Mr. Acuna with a logo swap for the Atlanta Braves. And now we are approaching Last Box Mojo. Hit it. Let's do it. Let's make it fiery. JL and I agree with you. He says Facebook and Twitter are just breeding grounds for haters and trolls. I 100% agree with that. I also think it's super difficult to control the access, like the people that do the Facebook breaks. I mean, I guess you could technically kick somebody out of your group or whatever, but I think it's a lot harder to have accountability for payment and other things. And, you know, you get a bad apple in there and it's really hard to get around that. And then there's just the tremendous amount of time that it takes. Not to mention, as you say, and as I had mentioned earlier, when they get ticked off about something, you got to deal with all the comments and the trolling, and that's awful. Kansas City Royals, Whit Merrifield. And it's just time consuming, and I don't want to do it. The Atlanta Braves, Dansby Swanson. And the White Sox. The White Sox, numbered to 150. That is Michael Kopech. But yeah, I mean, I know why people do it that way. It's because they want to avoid the PayPal fees. And the PayPal fees are astronomical. And I will tell you, I could have purchased 2, like, fully loaded Passport SUVs. Or 2 almost fully loaded Pilots, brand new, with the fees I paid PayPal last year, which in some places might even be enough to buy you 2/3 of a house. And yeah, you pay them a tremendous, unbelievable amount of fees, and you have to pay the fees whether you make money, lose money, or break even, whatever. You're still paying them that giant chunk of money. Not to mention what you pay PayPal. So I know why people want to skirt it, for, you know, to save the money to go Facebook or whatever route. But I don't know. I've just come to accept that the fees are almost just worth it to not have the hassle. You know what I mean? Okay, so Alan J., you said the Brewers and the Twins are interested in Kimbrell, but as far as you know, he's still not signed. I'm paraphrasing a little bit there, obviously. I think that's so strange that no one wants him. I mean, I know he's tailed off a little bit, or trailed off, whichever the saying is, but maybe, in other words, not quite at his peak performance. But, I mean, that guy can still do some good for a team. I don't understand why he's sitting there. I mean, he's still a fantastic closing option, a lot better than what some teams have right now. That was Scherzer and the Nationals on the little mini insert there. He must just be asking for crazy money or something. There's not much else that makes sense as to why he would be sitting there waiting. Fortune teller Javi Baez, Cubbies. Jay Allen, you said we need the booklet in here. We do need the booklet in here, but I don't know that I felt any packs that felt like a booklet. I don't want to disappoint you now, but I don't think that I did. I could have been fooled, but I don't think so. Pirates, Polanco, logo swap. I didn't feel it anyway. Jay Allen, you said PayPal fees are part of the reason you gave up selling on eBay. Now, see, to me, I don't mind the PayPal fees. You know, I mean, they charge you, what, 2.9% and then 30 cents a transaction or something like that. Or maybe it's a little more. Maybe it's over 3%. Anyway, it's around that. And I honestly don't mind that, because by the time if I did separate credit card processing and had my own merchant account, I might be able to save a little bit of money. It wouldn't be a lot. Maybe 0.5%, maybe 0.5%. But then if anybody, you know, if you had anything weird come up, then you've got to go deal with it with the credit card company. As opposed to if you're going through PayPal, PayPal's people go take the hours upon hours upon hours it can take to deal with an issuing bank if a credit card anomaly comes up. You know, somebody's using a stolen credit card, or, you know, they get hacked, or whatever the case could be. So I kind of think the PayPal fees are worth it. The eBay fees are the problem for me, anyway. All right, Alan J., you said you need a hit. I know we're still looking for a hit for the Twins in here, too. There are... Jay Allen says, don't jinx the booklet. Hey, man, I didn't jinx the booklet. I'm just telling you, like, the last time I could feel it, I knew we were likely going to hit a booklet. This time, I did not feel the booklet, so I'm just saying. Can usually catch those kind of pack thickness variations when you're taking them out of the box. Blank nameplate for the Padres with Mejia. Oh, you meant those combined, PayPal and eBay combined. Well, that makes sense. Tarot, Edwin Encarnacion. Yeah, you want to know something funny? When I first started on eBay, and it has been shortly after eBay was a thing, my roommate's boyfriend was on eBay doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Just like going to yard sales and buying a bunch of crap and reselling it on eBay. But he's the one that first kind of turned me on to eBay. And when I first started doing it, eBay and PayPal combined probably accounted for about 5%. Gleyber Torres Fortune Teller Mini. Yeah, so that's the difference. It's now 3 times that amount. The two of them combined are going to tag you for about 15%. Tarot, and that is Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox. And then the fact that they charge on shipping, that just makes me even madder that eBay takes their 10% of shipping. I mean, that's just so, I hate that. Edwin Diaz and the Mets. But of course they do that because there were people trying to take advantage. As is always the case, somebody ruins it for everybody else. But there would be people who would sell a $100 item and list it for 1 penny to buy it and $99.99 to ship it. Brad Keller and the Kansas City Royals for a change of pace tonight. And so that's why they started taking a percentage of the shipping fees as well. But it ended up hurting everybody because then, you've got to account for that 10%, which means you're charging the customer more. And I don't know. I don't like the way they do some of the things, but still better than the alternatives. Kansas City Royals, again, this was an Alex Gordon parallel to 250. All right, we are nearing the end. Our first black and white. I was just getting ready to think, like, we're not going to find a black and white in here, which is super unusual. But then we do, and guess what? It's for DV. It's his twins, isn't it? Oh, no, is his right? No, it's twins. I was like, oh, my gosh, just say that, and then it turns out to be the Rangers. No, shoo. All right, it is the twins with Polanco. I saw the T, and then I was like, it's the twins, and oh my gosh, if it's the Rangers after I just said that. But it was the twins, so congrats on that one, on the little black and white parallel there. We did look at the back of that, didn't we? I think we did, but in case we didn't, there it is again. Black and whites are always to 50. So at least we're not sending you home completely empty-handed anyway. Dodgers with a short print, Jackie Robinson. And Cedric Mullins for the Baltimore Orioles as our final autograph. He hung out to the bitter end there, almost made it to the very last card, but not quite the very last card. We've got some recapping to do, but before we do the recapping, because I stupidly put up the spreadsheet earlier and scrolled through it myself without apparently ever changing the view where you saw it. We're going to do that right now so that everyone can see that. And if you don't want to hang around and wait for the recap, this was the shipping stuff I was talking about. So once again, Tuesday anticipated date. If I can get it out faster, I will. If something goes weird, could be a day later. Expect it to be Tuesday. Everybody got something. Gypsy Queen, don't have to worry about consolation cards there. And honors or leaf metal draft, if you got skunked, consolation cards will come your way. And by skunked, I mean if you didn't pull a base card or any single thing at all. So our spreadsheet for the break that we just completed, which apparently I forgot to show you a while ago, and I'm so sorry. It was a half case of 2019 Gypsy Queen Baseball break number 4 that we just completed. And of course it ended tonight on eBay. Friday night the 12th, and there now at last this time you can really see team names on the left and your user ID up in lights across from your team on the right hand side. And this time it's really there, and I'm sorry it wasn't really there the last time. It was there, I just didn't change your view, and that's on me. But anyway, so let's recap these bad boys. Honors is already gone, Daniel. Yeah, this is the last break of the night right here that we are recapping at the moment. This is the end of the road for tonight. So numbered to 150, these are all the box topper parallels. If I don't say they're numbered, then you just know that they are unnumbered as we go along through here. Now, the only one that's not in here is the autographed parallel we found, and it's stacked up there with the autographs. Atlanta Braves to 150 with Dansby Swanson. And then we have numbered 250, Jose Martinez and the Cardinals. A couple more unnumbered. Those were our chrome box toppers. These are short prints and variations, and I may have missed some of them when we went through as far as stacking them out separately. And if that is the case, of course, you're still going to get it because everything ships. This is just what I caught as we went and I stacked separately. So the Dodgers with Jackie Robinson numbered to 50 for the Minnesota Twins. You have the black and white parallel for Polanco. Then you have Alex Gordon to 250 for the Kansas City Royals. That's blank nameplate at the bottom, Padres, a logo swap for the Pirates, logo swap Braves, blank nameplate Dodgers, A short print for the Kansas City Royals. This one for the Colorado Rockies is numbered to 250. Detroit Tigers missing nameplate. This is also to 250. It's the Tampa Bay Rays. A short print and logo swap combo there. Tommy Lasorda, Dodgers. Short print Ty Cobb for the Tigers. Logo swap for the Padres. A logo swap for the Mariners. Short print Reggie Jackson, A's. For the Washington Nationals, Victor makes an appearance to 250. Kansas City Royals and Billy Hamilton. Why do I have Billy Hamilton over here? Why is Billy over here? Why did I set him aside? I have no idea why I set him over there. We had a Billy. Did I put like the wrong Billy Hamilton in there? Why did I set Billy Hamilton over there? I don't know why I set him over there. But anyway, he's over there, but I'm not sure why I have him over there. Unless I just put him over there by accident. I don't know. And that's an Aaron Nola to 250 Fortune Teller Mini. The Orioles have a logo swap. Then the San Francisco Giants with a blank nameplate. Oh, Billy Hamilton had the blank nameplate. That's why he's up there. What's wrong? Has the blank nameplate. I'm sitting there. I was so used to saying logo swap. I'm like, he doesn't have a logo swap. Why do I have him there? Blank nameplate. That's why. Duh. JT Riddle is up, numbered to 250 for the Marlins. There's that handsome 1/1 for my Cincinnati Reds. Scooter Jeanette. This is Gary Carter coming out Expos. Once again, guys, the former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals, so it goes to the Nationals, and that is a short print. And Daniel, well, no, there's no link to the honors break yet because we're still in the break, right? So, like, I can't post the break or do any of that until after we finish the break. So after I get it finished tonight, at some point within the next 24 hours, I will post the video upload. And in the meantime, YouTube will have an archived version of the break, which is usually available within an hour or so after the break ends. The only difference in what I upload and what YouTube would archive is that I will add the proper tags and titles. But neither one of those is going to be available when we're, still in the evening's break. So at some point after that, it'll be up and running. Cedric Mullins, Baltimore Orioles. Kansas City Royals with Brad Keller. Max Muncy, Los Angeles Dodgers. The Phillies, Carlos Santana. Next up, Matt Chapman and the Oakland A's. And thank you, Jay Allen, for also, it looks like you answered that in a written format too for Daniel, so thank you as well, Jay Allen. A second Matt Chapman that came out of the same box, crazily enough, and it has the logo swap variation. Then we had a surprise box topper autograph, Vlad Guerrero Sr. Once again, Expos headed to the Nationals, so that's Washington Nationals, and it is numbered 225. Atlanta Braves, Bryce Wilson came out once, and oh yeah, same box came out again. That one numbered to 150, though. And we have Ryan Barucki with an autograph for the Toronto Blue Jays. And we started things off with Trevor Story and the Colorado Rockies. All right, so that is that for tonight, kids. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate you spending part of your Friday evening with me. We will be back at it again tomorrow night, of course. So for anyone who wants to hang out again with me tomorrow night, hey, stop by. I'd love to have the company. And I guess that has got us wrapped up for tonight, huh? So have a great night, everyone. Thanks again, and have a good weekend ahead. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Bye now.